Hi, I'm an 18 at Dartmouth College, and I'll be your virtual tour guide for today. So on the left side is the North Mass Hall, which is a dorm. On the left coming up there is Hitchcock, which is typically a senior dorm. And the white building on the right is the Blunt Alumni Center. On the left coming up, you can see Fahey McLean Cluster and also Russell Sage. And that building that you see on the front now is Silsby. Typically, government and political sciences courses are held there. You can see the Baker Tower on your right. And the building straight up front is Carpenter. We hold Logos worship services there. And you can see Carson coming up on the right side, and Rockefeller Center is on the left. This, to the left side, is the frat row, and we'll get to that later on the video. On the front is, on the left, on the right now, is Haldeman and Kemeny coming up. And those are typically your math classes. That building with the blue door is Phi Tau. I think it's a co-ed gender house, or co-ed frat house, or Greek house, yeah. They're famous for their milk and cookies, which really should be called Cookies Milk Way, I think. But that's just me. So on the left side, you'll be taking that parking lot if you need to go to Dick's house, typically. Dick's house is basically your go-to place for any mental or physical health related issues. On the left side now, you see McLaughlin cluster. On the right side is the Sudikov Hall, which is typically where your computer science classes or labs are. Now we've entered McLaughlin cluster. And typically there aren't really cars in this road because it's a pedestrian walkway, but this was like after the final exam, so all the people were moving out. And now we're through McLaughlin cluster. The building on the front is former Dana Medical Library Center, and I just waved hi to one of my friends who was running up front, if you can see him. So this road takes you to the Life Sciences Center, and we still see Dana Biomedical Building on the left. Just wait for it. Life Sciences is coming up. And there it is. It's on the front. So on the top, I don't know if you can see it now, but actually, on the front is the building for Geisel Medical School at Dartmouth. On the top of that life sciences building is a huge greenhouse. It's a wonderful place to hang out and study. They keep an orchid collection there. And here it's a really nice place. Just don't be there when the sprinklers go up. Yeah, getting to life sciences can be quite a bit of walking, which is why I am a biology major. Yeah, I like walking, I guess. So you see the backside of the McLaughlin cluster, some of the buildings in McLaughlin cluster on your right. On the left is the Burke Laboratory, and that's where typically your chemistry classes are. where labs are held. So on the right, the white church is Church of Christ. And that building on the front now is steel, where I had my first chemistry class. You can see the Baker Tower and the library up front now. On the left side is a dorm. I can't remember the name. I think it's Wheeler Hall. The round thing up front is the backside of the Rotner Special Collections Library, and the left side you can see the Rollins Chapel. You can kind of see the green up front, but you'll get a better view later on. This is the front side of the Rotner Library with the Greek-looking pillars. They have some really, really old manuscripts there. And I tried to take a view at the Baker Library, but didn't quite work. Up front, you should be able to see Dartmouth Hall. You can see the green on your right side. So the Dartmouth Hall is right up front. And on the left side now, so that building up front is Reed Hall, and then the building on the left side is Thornton. And these are your typical humanities classes. I had my religion class in Thornton. Thornton? Yeah, Thornton. Up front you see Bartlett. And those are Asian and Middle Eastern studies, or languages, typically. Batman. I didn't really go down to this side, but if you go down this side, you'll see East Wheelock, you'll see the alumni gym, you'll see the football fields, and a bunch of things that I didn't quite get to in this video. Sorry. You can see the glass structure of the hop on your left side, kind of. I think I go nearer to there. And that huge bus is the Dartmouth coach, where all the students coming from Boston and New York just take the bus, usually, to come to Hanover. On the front, you can see the Hanover Inn. I kind of cut that street to get a better view of the Hanover Inn. You can see the letters now. Ha! And I would say this is the main crossway at Dartmouth College, or town of Hanover. I'm now going down Main Street. So you can see a bunch of shops on either side of you. On the left side, you see, I don't know, like traditionally trendy. You see J. Crew. You see Lou's. We just passed Lou's. Yeah, Hanover Strings, Ledyard Bank, and Starbucks and Thai Orchid are down this way as well. And I don't really go into the side streets in this, but there's a bubble tea place. There's Sushia, actually, down that way. And Down this way is the Salt Hill Cafe, or Salt Hill Pub. And it's a bit of a wait in the crosswalk, so I just cut the video, and here we are. So you see the USPS on the left side, can't see it now. Sorry, I'm a bad narrator. And down that way, you would have seen Gelato, Murano's Gelato, and then you would have seen Bank of America, you would have seen North Face. On the left side, you see Molly's. The Town Hall of Hanover was on your left side. On the left side building, if you go down that way, you'll get to Bolacco's, which is a burrito place. There's Barnes and Noble on your left side now, and I think that's Canoe Club, and that's the college store, the official one. Dirt Cowboy Cafe. Sorry, I'm bad at narrating. They buy your books there sometimes. After the term ends, look for them there. And yeah, I just press the thing and just wait at this crosswalk. I can go down that way and that'll get me to the river, the Connecticut River. And it's a bit of a wait, so I just cut the video about now, and here we are. So on the left side, you should be able to see Collis, that huge round thing. So, sorry, I don't really go in front this time. And on the left side is the DOC house, which means Dartmouth Outing Club. It's a pretty cool place. People usually study or hang out on the steps. And sometimes they play some interesting music. On the left side is the McNaught Hall, which is admissions building. And on the left side now is the administration building where President's office is. It's called Parkhurst. On the left side, you'll see North Mass. And yeah, I've gone down that way before, and it looks like I'm going down this way again. Yeah, you remember Hitchcock on the left, and then up front you have the Fahey McLean. Starting from the left, Fahey McLean, Russell Stage, Stillsby. Looks like I'm going down Tuck Drive this time. On the left is what we usually call the Gold Coast. Sometimes when, like last Green Key concert, when T-Pain and Far East Movement and Mr. Wives and a bunch of other people were here, they had a concert over there. I think if you take a right there, down that way, you can go down to the river. This road was pretty fun to walk up during the winter. On the right, you see the Tuck Business School starting to appear. It's a beautiful drive, actually. I really like it. Makes for great photos, I guess. I'm not a photographer, but you can see the Tuck Graduate School of Business on your right there. And then up front you can see the Feldberg Library, or parts of it. It's kind of interesting because both the Tuck School of Business and the Thayer School of Engineering parts are connected in that building. And speaking of which, Thayer School of Engineering is right up front. Welcome, alumni. And yeah, I think I awkwardly hold up the bike so you can, or I don't. Okay, that was the main entrance to there. Still Thayer School of Engineering on the right side. On the left side appearing there is the Maxwell Apartments in the River Cluster. Maxwell and Channing Cox. Those have, I think, 4-person suites or apartment configurations. The dorms up front coming up in this roundabout is, I think, inhabited by Tuck students. But this one up front coming up, this one right there is the river, the judge building in the river. That's where I lived freshman year. And you can see French on the other side if the sun would let you, but I guess not. Maybe not. At least you got to see the judge building, and they're pretty much the same. Pretty similar. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on biking then, so I was wearing pretty long shorts. Yeah, it got pretty hot. Finally getting the chance to go down this hill. The moment you've been waiting for all your life. I'm not even pedaling, it's just hill is pretty steep. And yeah, I don't think these are really college property anymore. Those are just houses. I'm not sure whether grad students live in those houses or not, but possibly they're not really college owned. I guess this is town of Hanover, you can say. Kind of. The residential area, at least. We're going down to the Connecticut River right now. Yeah, you can almost see the bridge now, and just across the bridge is Vermont. It's kind of hard to believe, but so close. We're on the bridge now. You can see the Connecticut River on your right side. And technically your left, but you can't really see that. I think I awkwardly lift the bike so you can, yes, get a better view. Kind of. And the cars passing by were staring at me weirdly, but I'll take that. That's fine. Connecticut River. It's a really nice place. Freezes over in the winter, and it's pretty fun, I guess. And here we're going down to the dock area, the canoe club, the actual Ledyard Canoe Club, as opposed to the restaurant down on Main Street. I don't know if you can see it in here, but there's a boat. Yes, you can see it. Ah, behind the sign, there's a boat. Yes, on the Connecticut River. Down to the left side, there's stuff like Tom Cabin or something like that. I never figured out what it was or what it was for. I'm guessing for a rowing team. They store boats there in another building down there. Maybe someone on the crew team could help me out. Help. And I'm going up the gradient. Going up the gradient. It's getting difficult. Getting tired. Still doing it for my family. On a very hot June day. Just for my family. Maybe I should fast forward this part instead of, just leaving it, but I don't know, maybe some of you like the scenery, so I'll just leave it. I'm so used to it now that I lived in the river cluster and I went down to the Connecticut River a few times, that this is just like typical for me, but maybe some of you want to see it, so I'll not fast forward it. And yeah, I got sufficiently tired that I just dismounted the bike and I'm gonna walk up this hill. Hopefully you guys like the scenery. Sorry. Sorry, I got really tired. On the left side, you can see the stairs leading up to the river cluster. Those are preferred walkway for the pedestrian instead of going up like this. Sorry guys. It's a really beautiful place, especially in the summer and spring and the fall. So very green. Go big green. And that is one of my floor mates' dad. I don't know if you can see us waving hi in this video, but we waved hi. He didn't just pass me by. For clarification. And I believe I will... Oh, I actually heeded the stop sign. How interesting. Yes, up on the right was my Engines 20 prof. She waved hi, I waved hi, I believe. Yeah, it was kind of interesting because she was in there administering the final exam that I just took and left an hour early and started to film this video, and she's now done and we met outside. Yeah, well. The class went well. It was a really great class, great prof. Loved it. Yeah, so on the left side you can see Fahey-McLean clusters. Those are really two buildings linked by the circular thing. That is Lord Hall. And that's like the backside of the Gold Coast. You can see the cemetery here. There's a really nice walkway, or like a path, through the cemetery from the river cluster to basically right up to Foco, which is really nice. I used it a lot. Maybe it sounds morbid, but I mean, it's really peaceful. It's really great with all the trees and everything, especially when the sun is shining through the trees. Up there on the front with that white building is Tucker Foundation. It's for, I think, religious stuff and service. And I heard that they were splitting the two. I'm not sure how that went, but they fund your off-campus internships, off-campus ideas or opportunities. for service, especially. Right up front is FOCO, the huge dining hall that no one calls it by its official name, the Class of 1953 Commons, but we call it FOCO. Short for food court, I believe. On the left is the backside of Robinson Hall, which is the OC House, and on the right is Collis. You can kind of see the circular pillar structure of the front of Collis. So it looks like I go down this path again. The green is on your right side. And I thought I was done filming the basic areas of campus, not everywhere, but most areas of the campus. So I'm returning to, that's mid-mass right in front. I'm returning to that bike lot we started to return my bike to Josh, who graciously lended me with his bike, but I just remember that I forgot to go to Ockham Pond and go through Frat Row. I mean, Frat Row isn't really that important. I shouldn't say that. Okay. Nobody said anything. This road again. So, Hitchcock on the left side, Blunt Alumni Center on the right. From the left to the right is Fahey McLean, bus station now, Silsby, up front. Baker Tower. Hopefully this is looking more familiar to you by this point. Really hope so. I mean, the whole purpose of me filming this video was for my family who is living overseas and couldn't visit Dartmouth, so... And we're going down Frat Row now. I don't really know a ton of frats. I don't really go to frats. I've been there only once for I don't know how long with friends, and I just left right away. So I don't know these names. Sorry. But yeah, this is Frat Row. Just had to let that car pass. So up front is President Hanlon's house, and on the left side, yeah, that is President Hanlon's house. And right across from it is Fraternity Alpha Chi Alpha, which I think is pretty funny, but maybe that's just me. I believe Roth Center for Jewish Life is somewhere around here on the right side. I think it may be that building on the right. Sorry, I'm a rising sophomore and I don't really know. I don't really know, I'm sorry. I'm a bad tour guide. And you can kind of see the Ockham Pond area on the right, except for the trees. You'll see it soon. Yeah, the huge body of water. You'll see it soon. I go closer to there. A lot of people come jogging here, and some cars also drive by. It's a really nice area. You can see the lake on the right side. Yes, I take a stop and I can't really see it that well, but that's the road. I hope the foliage is to your liking. Speaking of joggers, and there are some houses on the left side of this, like up on the hill. And I think one of them has a pretty big swimming pool. I don't know who owns them though. I hear houses around this area go pretty expensive considering that the golf park, whatever it's called, is like right there up front soon. The building you can see kind of on the right there, and up front now is the DOC cabin house, or what was it called? Some sort of house owned by the DOC. You can see the Ockham Pond better now. Kind of. It's really huge. You have to be there in person. This camera doesn't really do justice. I'm sorry. And now we're approaching the golf course. This actually turns into a pretty good snowboarding area, or not snowboarding, but sledding, and also cross-country skiing and all the other, I guess snowboarding too, all the other snow activities. The hills are larger than they look in this video. I had lots of fun sledding down those hills with my friends during winter term. It was a ton of fun. Over on that house, we had the Korean Students Association banquet and also the International Students banquet. It's a really nice hall. Owned by the DOC. I think I'm taking a walk here. Hope you enjoy the foliage. I guess I got tired. I'm sorry. I mean, I just took a final that day, so maybe I wasn't quite feeling, tip-top, but... I think that's a private house up front. Oh, and another word of note is that Dartmouth Skiway is not that hill. It's a separate place. It's not that. Just wanted to clarify because I said you could ski in those hills. I mean, technically you could, but it's kind of small. Most people go sledding. Dartmouth Skiway is different. It's an actual ski place, not like yeah. Just wanted to clarify. And these houses are private property, I'm sure. I think I've heard a staff member and I were taking a walk, and he mentioned how like one of these houses was $2.5 million or something like that. Pretty expensive. I mean, technically the houses on the right are waterfront because of the lake. So, and the view is quite nice, and SNS, the campus security, patrols through these areas. So I guess the added safety has a nice bonus too. And you're living next to young, energetic college kids. On the right that I just glanced by was the Dick's house, medical center, like the front entrance. So on the right is Laylock's Latin American place. And then it's the Chinese language house. And on the right side are the Cho living cluster. Chotes. The Chotes. Pretty bad dorm. I'm sorry if you get in there. So sorry. Typically a freshman dorm. You can see Kemeny to your left again, and Haldeman on your left, and Carson would. And my camera battery kind of gave out at that point, so I guess that'll be that. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you get a chance to visit in person. It's a really great campus. Just don't really plan on visiting on winter. It's kind of cold, but during the fall or spring or summer, it's wonderful. Just so green and great. So, for all the international families like mine, my heart goes out to you. That is why I made this video, so you could see this campus. And although I don't go into every area, I really hope you get a chance to visit. And for all the prospective students, good luck, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you on campus. Thanks. Thank you. Bye.